All right, it is time for another Shop My Stash. And let me tell you, I am very excited about this one because I am ready for those summer vibes. We are just into June. And I am here for some summer makeup. I feel like my summer vibe this year is going to be bright cheeks. What's new? And, you know, skin that's honestly something like this, where it is a little bit glowy, but not too dewy. By the way, I have a video up on this look if you are curious. This is the look that comes in clutch when I want to look good, don't have a lot of time, life is lifing video. Wow. I'll make sure to have that one linked down below if you do want to see this look. But I think I'm just going to go for like fresh-faced, some pops of color, and also all the things that are too dark to use until around this time of year. So let's get into this. But if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. We're just gonna dive right in. I'll be honest, first I need to clean off my vanity. It's a little bit of a hot mess. I am going to keep a few things that I kept for my spring Shop My Stash because there was a bit of a failure to use some of these things. So some of them I'll keep out. We're gonna grab some new stuff. I can't wait. I'm also, after this, going to film a lip declutter because that really needs to happen. So subscribe if you're curious to see that. All right, let's go. So first of all, what I'm keeping in this tower is a lot of things. I mean, it's shameful how much I didn't get through in this spring Shop My Stash. A lot of the lip products that I put out, I didn't get through because I pretty much just wore like a glossy, balmy lip for most of the spring, between having really dry lips and honestly just figuring out the Invisalign life. So I've kept a few things up here. This is the MAC lipstick that I had picked out. What is this one? This is Naked Proof. I have Sunday Matinee from Lisa Eldridge, which was a recent purchase, and I don't even think I've used it yet. I got this little red lipstick from RMS. What is the shade here? If I show you, I can't see it. Don't know. It's red. Do you trust me? It's a red. So I want to try this. It's like a, you know, I would say more wearable red, and it's on the warmer side, so I think I'm going to enjoy that. That was probably the worst cinematography ever, but we're just gonna go with it. I also have a ColourPop lippy sticks that I completely ignored, and a original Haus Laboratories gloss. In here, I have a little Yummy Skin serum sample. This is the little primer, so I'm gonna continue to go through that. This is that piece of junk jar that leaks everywhere that has some of my Auric Glow Lust that I traveled with. So I'm just trying to get through that so that I can get rid of that jar. I'm going to keep out this Redwood National Park from Sydney Grace. This is obviously one of their cream blushes. I just love that pink shade and I want to use it a bit more before putting it away. Honestly, all of the eye pencils, I pretty much failed there too. Probably, I think I did wear one of them. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to try to do it again. For lip pencils, I kept out my Makeup Forever just because I want to wear those and get a bit more of a strong feeling on them. The two Lisa Eldridge Shade and Define, Shade and Sculpt, you know what I'm talking about. And this Bright Haus Laboratories lip pencil to hopefully celebrate some bright lip color this summer. We shall see. Oh, and also my little mini Charlotte Tilbury that I'm trying to get through in my, let's call it plan to pan. I saw Caroline Nicole talking about this on her channel, and that must be a panning project, and I'm gonna go with that. I'm planning to pan that. Along with that is my Hourglass Ambient Powder that is almost gone, and also the Salt New York Sneaky Balm. I took it out of its case from the brand and put it back in this Makeup Geek one just because it's easier to get in the corners in this one. I think I might actually just scrape it all into one side. We shall see. So that's what we're starting with. The other things that I'm keeping out here are my personal I Need a Nude dupe from Sydney Grace that I did, and also In Mel's Memory bundle. So those two I'm going to keep out to play with a bit more. I at this point have up my summer eyeshadow palette picks, and that's going to be the only things that I'm doing for this season. So instead, towards the end of this video, I will share with you my update on my companion palette. So we'll do that in a little bit. Where should we start? Let's go over to my drawers. All right, can we talk about drawers of shame? This is one of them. This is my like reach and grab for every day. It's chaos. This needs to get cleaned out at some point, but I have my other drawer, my liquid and cream eyeshadows needs to happen first. So at some point that's going to happen, but I just wanted to show the reality. I just wanted to show the reality of the situation. There is a concealer in here, and you know what? This might actually need to come out later in the summer, but this was a freebie from Ulta with like, you know, diamond, platinum, something like that. And I got a shade that was a little too dark because I had to pick it out online and it was a little too dark. So this is more of a summer shade for me, but I thought it would be good to just cover breakouts, maybe even mix in with a concealer that's a little too light for me this time of year. So we're going to pull this one out. That's basically why I pulled this out, other than to show you my drawer of shame here. Oh my God, this is so pathetic. But check this out, y'all. It is very rare. Ugh, this is disgusting. I should probably just throw this out now. But it is very rare that I ever go through a lip gloss. And this and my City Lips Clear that I keep in the car and in my purse are almost gone. So I have 2 clear City Lips that I've gone through at this point. Crazy. So now that I have shown you all my sins, let's go down here. This has stayed relatively organized still. This is, of course, all my face powder products. Now it's time to pick. So I think since I'm hoping to be able to do another video for the end of summer Shop My Stash, I think what I want to do is pick out color, but not like the BAM color. I really want to do those for, you know, more into the dead of summer. So I'm going to pick out one of my RMS to focus on. Other than that, I don't know. I got to dig through here. Let's move some of these so we can see what's in the backpack. I know I said not like color, but this Haus Labs, this is it Watermelon Bliss? Something like that? Yeah, Watermelon Bliss. I think we'll pick this one out for now. I just want to see. Oh gosh, is this that orange one from ColourPop? I'll pull that out in just a sec. Now, I think I was saying color, but not color. So this Odin's Eye blush is probably a good one to grab. It's stuck. Hold on, let me open these up. In lieu of pulling out an RMS shade, since I know that I love these so much, I will probably reach for them anyhow. So what I decided to do was actually pull out one of my Becca, which I also love, but just don't think to reach for as much. This one is really nice. It's funny because I've got like a shimmer and a matte in sort of the same shade range. So we have Snapdragon, which I think kind of goes well with the Watermelon Bliss. And then this is from Odin's Eye. Ugh, I just love the embossing on this. This whole vibe. This is Orange Sunny. And then this one, can't remember the name of this one. It might have been I Need Space. I cannot remember. This is from the Kathleen Lightston ColourPop collab from way back when. So I feel like I need to give this a shot to see if I want to keep it in my collection. And the only way to do that is to wear it, right? So we're gonna pull this one out as well. I think that's gonna be good for powders. That's quite a bit of powder blush for me. So let's move on to highlight and bronzer. Okay, really quick, I have sort of ignored this front section here. So I wanna make sure these are single blushes that I pulled out of my, I had like a big Z palette that I had all these in and I wasn't reaching for them. And so I was like, maybe if I put them in individuals, I will reach for them more. But these all feel fairly light. You know what? I should have pulled more of these out this spring. That's actually kind of a pretty one, this mauve. Let me see what that is. It looks like it's a MAC pan. What do we have here? Oh, that's quite light. That's a pretty highlight though. Okay, we'll set that one to the side and get those mysteries. Let me see out of my Wayne Goss. Let's see if there's anything in here that I want to pull out for the season. All right, I have these precariously perched here. So Vivid Azalea, I'll have to pull out later this summer, but this pink here, is this Sweet Dahlia? Which one is this? Blush Peony. I need to pull this one out right now. So I'm going to do that one. I'm feeling a pink vibe. And that is good because we have both a highlight and a blush in here. Let's continue to find more highlight. By the way, as I'm rooting through here, I will give you swatches of everything at the end of this picking session. I have to say, I did not really utilize the highlighters that I picked for last season. Really, most of the time I was using them as inner corner for quick looks, so I didn't use them a lot. What is this here? Laura Geller blush. Okay, so I see this one here, and I think I pulled this out, and I was like, this is a little light for spring, but I thought it would be good for summer. Whisper of Guilt. We'll pull this one out. Let's see here. Let's pull one of the Becca's out. We could do Rose Gold. This would be a pretty one. I want to swatch it next to, I don't know, I'm wondering if this is a Sydney Grace. So we need to swatch these next to each other. I don't know, maybe they'll be different. Sometimes you just have to swatch them on the skin. So we'll see when we do the swatches. For bronzer, you know what I want to pull out is, I'm going to take this Chocolate Soleil bronzer for a little bit of nostalgia. So let's go ahead and open this one up. I sort of want to pull out my Rosy Haus Labs bronzer. Okay, so you can definitely see the difference here. So I think these will be good. This one can be more for like, you know, slightly sunburnt moments, if you will. Here we have a look at the powder swatches. So from the crook of my elbow, we have the Haus Labs bronzer, and then the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. That next blush in is the mystery one that was in that single compact. That is Plum Foolery from MAC. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if my phone will get close enough to be able to pick that up, but it has some micro flecks of glitter in it, just like the last one that I picked out from MAC for my spring Shop My Stash, and I didn't love that. This is a little darker blush though, so maybe it won't show up as much if I just use a light hand. I'm gonna give it a go anyway. So then next we have the Snapdragon from Becca, and then Watermelon Bliss from Haus Labs. We have that Orange Sunny from Odin's Eye, and then the Kathleen Lights collab with ColourPop. Then we have Whisper of Guilt. That next one is Pumpkin Spice Latte Extra Whip, or PSL Extra Whip from Sydney Grace. That was that highlighter that I wasn't sure what it was. The next one is Rose Gold from Becca. So beautiful. And then this set on the end is the Blush and Highlight from the Blush Peony Weightless Veil palette from Wayne. So good assortment. Oh, I also wanted to make mention that this little set of pans of indie powder products I'm going to keep out. The top and bottom on the left are highlighters from Divina, and then we have a blush and highlight from Pretty For Your Face. So those were in my spring collection. I'm going to keep them out to use them a bit more, and then I am for sure going to pull out a new set for the end of summer. All right, time to dig in the creams. So I have out that Redwood shade from Sydney Grace, so I don't really need a pink. I do think I want to pull something out. I have not been using my blush balm, so let's pull out, ooh, that's pretty. We'll pull out Melon, and I'm going to move these for just a sec so we can get to some of these. Let's pull out a Phytosurgence to focus on. This Sublimate is really pretty. You know what? I don't think that I have used this Sublimate shade a lot. I was going to pull out Kindle because, nope, this is Ignite. So where is Kindle? Let's do the next one over. Yes, but I know, I mean, this is definitely like a nice toasty shade. I would probably reach for it already this summer. So let's go ahead and take Sublimate. Maybe I'll swatch both of these and we can decide. You know what? I should probably pull out this NYX. This is one of the Bear With Me blushes. It's that like jelly product. I'm going to pull this one out because I probably need to go through and use that one. Should I pull out my Melt? I remember last time I wore it, I really enjoyed it, and it's just not something that I think to grab for. So that will be a good one. Okay, I feel like I should pull out one of these Sydney Grace, but I feel like they're both fairly light. Let's see what else we have back here. You know what? I absolutely love this Westman Atelier. This one might end up being out for both early and late summer just so I can make sure to use it. But this is Peau de Pêche, I believe. We will get some swatches going. And we should probably pull out something very different. And I really need to decide how I feel about this. So this is the liquid highlight from LYS, the Aim High. This is like that rose gold shade. I'm not even sure if they make this one anymore. They had like, I think they had a cream and, or maybe they had a powder and liquid. Gosh, I don't even remember at this point, but we're going to pull this one out to give it a go. All right, cream bronzers. I am going to pull out the Sydney Grace cream bronzer. I'm going to pull out Balm. This one is very, very warm, but I'm hoping I can make it work this summer. And I'm also going to pull out the Phytosurgence. I have shade 3, I believe. Is this the one that I have? Let's see. Yeah, shade 3. I recently pulled this one out and I've been using it a bit and I want to make sure to use it more. So I just opened this up. The thing about this is I'm starting to get worried that it's drying out already. Can you see how it's like pulling away from the pan there? And it's been kind of hard to get on. So I feel like I need to use now. I loved the formula. It took a little bit to get used to, but I love the look of it. And now I'm like, oh gosh, is this already drying out? Because it's been pretty firmer than it was even to start with, and that's saying something. You know what? The Chanel, I feel like works best for me later in the summer, but I can get my Charlotte Tilbury to work right now. So let me swatch all these so we can see where we are. I still have to pull out some of my Salt New York. All right, I am very glad that I did swatches. So the first one is the Westman Atelier Peau de Pêche. The second one is the LYS liquid. I'm going to back up so that we have a bit more, hopefully this is showing up true to color, but that first one is Ignite and the second one is Sublimate. I'm going to go with Ignite. I didn't realize how cool toned Sublimate is. I mean, especially on my skin tone. That next one is that NYX Bear With Me. What is the name of this? It was Sizzling Sun. I loved these blushes so much. They're definitely like a water-based gel and they just blend into the skin so beautifully. That will be a great like low makeup day, just kind of like toasty skin moment. This next one is the Melt Blush in Golden Hour. I am kind of wondering if that's going to be a little too light. I might wear it in the next couple weeks here before I get more tan. And then the last one is Melon from, of course, Flower. You know, I love those blush bombs. So I think this is a good mix, but we can definitely pull out a bit more color as we get into the Salt New York that I'll pull out. So I'm going to do that. It's a bit chaotic here. This is my set. I literally just have this on my lap. So this was my spring set. I'm going to put these away because I don't think that any of those are going to be what we want to use. I already have this built as part of a mini summer set, and I think that I'm going to go with these 3. I think what I'm going to add in is this shade. I believe this is Toasted Coconut. It looks kind of wonky with the shimmer particles right there, but is that what this is? Toasted Coconut, yeah. So it's just this beautiful, slightly sheeny, warm, tawny tone. I absolutely love it. I'm going to get swatches of these to show you. How can that not make you happy? Look at that. So I'm going to just hold it this way. It's easier for my arm. From my wrist, we have that Toasted Coconut shade. That's one of the newer ones. I like wearing it as like a bronzer-y moment. You can see it's got that little bit of glisten to it. It's not just sheeny. It absolutely has like a little bit of, I don't want to say shimmer, but some sheen. Tangerine Baby, I love her. I think it's discontinued still. I wish she'd bring it back. Maybe she's going to do something this summer that is along those lines. And then we have the medium shade in the Sculpt, and the bottom one is Warm Tan, I believe, in the Radiance. Oh, so pretty. As I'm putting all of these away, you know, my heart is a little bit sad because I did miss the opportunity to use quite a bit of what was in my Shop My Stash this spring. If you saw my recent Get Ready With Me, I was sharing, you know, there's a select few products that I just found myself grabbing for over and over and over again. And, oh, I didn't swatch this Phytosurgence. Ah, shoot. Well, I'm going to pull it out and use this one too. I didn't realize it was still in here. But as I was saying, I just sort of got in, and I don't even want to say a rut, a comfort zone. And I was okay with that for the season, but I'm definitely ready to kind of like move on, which is this. This is the 6 that I have to be able to use as a bronzer. You know what? Maybe I should pull that out. Okay, I'm going to pull this out. We might as well swatch these two, the Phytosurgence and the Yummy Skin in 6. Okay, we have the Yummy Skin in shade 6 on the left and the Phytosurgeons shade 3 on the right. That Phytosurgeons blush, or bronzer anyway, it has just got the most beautiful undertone. I'm definitely gonna use these. The Yummy Skin, I'll be curious to see how I use it. If it ends up being, you know, closer to something that just adds a little bit of dimension on like no makeup days, we'll see. We got to get some use out of it. Originally I bought it to use as a bronzer, but you know, for like a true bronze, I probably should have pulled it out earlier this spring and missed the boat on that. So we will definitely get some use out of it in some way. I'll probably pull out my Universal as well. We'll get to that drawer, but I'll probably pull out the, you know, pretty much like translucent shade as well. Also, if anyone is confused as to why my Marc Jacobs was in with my creams, I am as well. I just pulled it back out. I don't know. It's not a cream. It's definitely a powder. Okay, moving down. Oh, I just pulled these. These were in the wrong one. So these obviously are right here. My Charlotte Tilbury ones, I tend to think about those and use them often enough that I don't feel the need to go through them for a Shop My Stash. This really is all about pulling out some things that I haven't been using, like this one. I said I was going to pull out the Universal. I will definitely do that. That will probably just be really great to put on no makeup days when I just want to like blur my skin a little bit. Let's see, is there a foundation that I need to focus on here? Not really. Okay, I am digging in here and I see this Tom Ford. We have, I don't know if this is going to be too dark for me right now, the Tom Ford Rose Glow. I also probably need to give a try to this Ofra. This is the shade, oh my gosh, this is Rays of Light. So I'm going to pull those out. I'll also pull out this Secure the Blur. I should probably give this another go and see how I feel about it. A blurring primer in the summertime, I think that's a good one to try to get some use out of. So I think we're pretty good here. Okay, face palettes. By the way, while I was down here, I noticed my Wayne Goss bronzer palette. So that is getting cozied up here again. All these things out of place. Now, I know the Tiger palette from Hourglass I will absolutely use later this summer, but I should probably pull something out that isn't, you know, quite so saturated in tone. Let me see these other two here. I'm going to open these up. I do have one of the blush palettes, but I want to pull out like a full face palette. Just in case I travel, this might be an easy one to go with. Let's open these. Okay, so here we have, hello there. Here we have the original ambient blush palette. Then we have the unlocked palette. We have the Lighting Edit. Ooh, I've already forgotten if it's 3 or 4. It is, can we see it there? 4. It's 4. Oops, gosh, I'm almost breaking stuff. And then we have the Ghost. Out of all these, I feel like I need to pull out Ghost. It'll be nice to have some easy to wear blush shades. And right now, since I'm trying to use up my dim ambient powder, I really don't need to be dipping into these pans. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It also is very much one of the reasons why I haven't bought any Hourglass palettes other than the Tiger palette, because that one just drew me in so much. I don't know. It just isn't something that I've been reaching for a lot, but I do really like this formula. I just don't know why I don't think about using them. They'd be great to travel with, so I'm going to keep that in mind in case I'm doing any travels this summer. You know, it's just beautiful, pretty, effortless. All right, moving into this bottom drawer. So this is a little bit of chaos too, but I have powders and some random things down here. Oh, look at this. Okay, I am very excited to have this in here because my travel size all-nighter that I keep in my travel bag is disgusting looking, and it'll be so nice to have this little guy. So I'm going to swap that out. It has absolutely nothing to do with Shop My Stash, but I'm excited to see it in here. Let's pull out lip liners. No, you know, I'm going to pull out this lip liner container, but I clearly need to wait until I have my lip colors ready to go. What I need to pull out of here right now, though, is my powders. I just saw the new RMS powder, and I am right now with all of you going to decide if I am going to order, because I need to see what I have in here, and I feel like most of what I have in here, honestly, I don't really like all that much. but I need to be honest with myself. So let's pull these. All right, so I pulled these out amongst the chaos on my vanity. I'm like in between putting the things away from my previous Shop My Stash and pulling out the new, so it kind of gets disorganized up here until I can stash everything away. So love that I have this Hourglass Veil powder that hasn't even been opened up yet. That's kind of ridiculous, but you know, at one point I was just so into them that I was worried that I was going to run out. I am trying to use up one, and then I have this one that's more of a summer shade that I will probably pull out later this summer because it is kind of golden. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. I'm really wanting to pull out a loose powder, and I probably need to just do a little declutter. You know what I am going to do? This sounds kind of crazy, but I am almost out of my Hourglass Veil, and I'm really interested in getting the new RMS one. And honestly, none of these that are in here right now make my heart go pitter patter. I have this little sample of the one size that I just got for free from something. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect. This is the Becca, I can't remember what it was, Hydra something. And then this is a CoverGirl one that was sent to me. So I am going to use each of these once this week to see how I feel. I'm probably going to order the RMS one regardless, to be honest, because it just sounds perfect for me especially. And then I have this is a powder foundation from Makeup Forever. I don't know if they still make this. They have one, but I don't know if this is the same one or if they only had this for a while and now it's something else. Who knows? So I think that's going to be what I do. I'm going to pull out this set of loose powders, and then that way I can try each of these and decide, because I really probably need to do a foundation and powder declutter. So to be ready for that, I probably need to test all of these out. I also have these two pressed powders. I have medium dark and then medium golden. So those I just pull out on the rare occasion. Honestly, I probably need to give those a go as well over the next couple weeks. So I'm going to pull out I'm going to Shop My Stash my entire powder drawer. My entire powder basket anyway. And I think this is a good time of year to do it because as the air is getting more humid, you know, my skin isn't quite so dry. If I'm not happy with these now, I'm definitely not going to be happy with them in the winter time. So it'll be a good time to test them out. Okay, listen, I don't really want to talk about this. Life has been crazy and I don't know what happens, but sometimes stuff just gets shoved in here, but I thought it would be worth opening up this drawer to see what we've got here. So already I see this Glossier lip gloss, this sort of like sheer red. This looks like something I would love to wear this summer. So I'm going to pull this out. I think that was maybe from one of those lip kits from Sephora. This Revie Beauty, I'm pretty sure that this is what Natalia gave me. This is in the shade Tulip, and I think this is supposed to be a fairly like sheer buildable. I'm gonna pull this one out and swatch it. I definitely want to give this one a go. I was just the other day like, oh my gosh, whatever happened to that? Well, I put it here and completely forgot about it. Never to be seen again. Okay, so what else do we have in here? This is just a random, this is just a random drawer of all the things. You know what? I have not been using these. These are obviously the Lisa Eldridge Velveteens. I'm going to pull out Dragon, but honestly, I am pulling this out to try using it as a blush, not necessarily for the lips. I mean, maybe, but my lips have just been so dry lately. But I will say, because of the Invisalign, if I'm going to wear like a color, it needs to be something that's not going to slide around, and that would be it. So what else is in here that I need to grab for the summer? I know to pull out my Lisa Eldridge for the most part, other than the fact that I have set Sunday Matinee up in my shelf already. So that's good. Let's move down here. So in this next drawer, this is where all my mascaras, this is why I do not need to buy a mascara, and my brow products are, but I do want to pull out a couple of these. So I'm thinking this JD Glow liner, RIP, and what else do we have in here? This might be kind of a fun shade. I don't know if this is any good anymore, but there's only one way to find out. So let's go ahead and pull a few of those out. Okay, now this is not going to be any better, y'all. This is going to be the next the next decluttering and organizing video for sure. Well, actually, lip declutter and then this one, but the organization of this has to happen. Oh my gosh. This is overwhelming. I am not gonna lie. I honestly, I just don't even want to go into this right now. Can I just do a pass on this? Because I feel like if I'm going to take the time to come in here, it's going to be for something specific that I remember that I have. I have been wearing a lot of my Sydney Grace and honestly my About Face. We're just gonna ignore this one for right now. I will be honest. So let's go pick out some lips. We'll come back together and take care of this hot mess drawer at some point soon. All right, lips. So, like I was saying about the hot mess drawer, my liquid and cream shadows, I would like to do that when I have my camera set up from an overhead view to film so that I can just show you all everything at the same time. And that's going to be the same for the lips. So maybe one day I will just have a like declutter organization-orama and I'll do both in the same day. So these are obviously some city lips. I have a few on hand because I like to give them out as gifts. Which ones do I have here? Plum Springs, and I think these are both clear. One of these clears I'm going to have to open up for myself because clearly I just went through some. Okay, so I'm going to set these over to the side. I do want to pick out this shade from BK Beauty. So this one right here is Empower. Love this one. Fun summer shade. Other than that, and we'll see. I mean, I think I mentioned in another video that I'm finding that, you know, because the Invisalign sort of pushes my lips out a little bit more, I find that sometimes it can get on my lips or on my trays, and I don't love that so much, and I don't want it to stain. So I'm probably not going to pull out many bold lip colors, but I am going to take this one. I want to pull out Steam Heat, but I know that that one's here from MAC, and the whole point of this is to pull out shades that I don't think to reach for all that much. You know what? I should pull out this Haus Labs Atomic Shaker. I have not worn this one in a while, and I need to revisit this formula. My lips have been so dry, so it's really hard to like decide what I want to wear. I think I have a couple of my RMS shades in here. Ooh, you know what? I definitely want to grab one of my shades from Odin's Eye. Should I take Water Lily? Let's take Water Lily for now, and then I can do Sweet Tulip later this year. These are just so pretty. Okay, I'm clearly in a warm lip moment. We need to move into branch out into some other shades. So I'll keep that in mind as we move into some of these other products. Okay, we're gonna move over here. Is there anything up here? I mean, seriously? Some of these were just spring ones that I was like, well, that was a fail. Didn't use any of those. Okay, let's see. We're going for shades that aren't super warm. Do we have some pinky shades? I literally just saw, oh, they're my RMS ones right here. Let's take this one. Is this Linda? Let me see here. Yeah, this is Linda. Okay, this is a nice bright pink. We'll take that. And okay, I am also going to take this Revlon lip butter. This is in this nice kind of like orchid shade. I think that's going to be a good mix. I should probably test out this ColourPop. I already know that this is the Rabbit from ColourPop. Loved this. Oh gosh, this one might transfer a bit though. Can you guys hear Jet? Little doggy toenails. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. If it transfers, it transfers, I guess. That's one way to find out. And I should pull out one of these lip glosses. Let's do, is this the bigger the hoops? Yeah, the bigger the hoops. We'll do that one. It's been a while since I've worn one of these. Oh, although I don't know. Maybe I should pull out this one because I haven't worn this one a lot. Secret Sauce. I know I like the bigger the hoops. So let's pull out the Secret Sauce just to give that one a go. Okay. I feel like that's pretty good. That's a lot considering that you know what? I'm also, okay, I know it's a warm one, but I'm going to pull out this Tom Ford one. I've heard that these go off fairly quickly. And so this one is Nikita. So we'll pull that one out. Okay, that's it. Stepping away right now. Here we go. We've got a nice variety of shades here. So from closest to my wrist is that shade from Ravi Beauty. That is Tulip. I'm really excited to put that one on. And then we have Linda from RMS. I really love those legendary lip colors. The next one is one of the HD lip butters from Revlon. They don't make these anymore. I wish they did because they were beautiful. That's HD Blossom. The next one is the Rabbit from ColourPop. And then we have that Secret Sauce from Too Faced. The next one is that Glossier red lip gloss, which obviously is not very red. It's just a nice hint of tint. Then we have Nikita from Tom Ford. That next one there is Sweet Tulip from the Oden's Eye Alba Cream Lip Stains, which they don't make anymore, which is sad. The one after that is the Haus Labs Atomic Shake in the shade that I cannot remember. I will put it on the screen. And then Empower from BK Beauty and Dragon from Lisa Eldridge. I think that these are looking a little bit darker and less bright than they are in person, if it's true to my phone screen, but who knows. So I have a nice variety here and more than enough for, you know, part of a season, especially considering that I still have a few up on my Shop My Stash shelves right now. All right, our last stop on this journey is my companion palette. So if you are new to this, I originally did a video, it's probably been, gosh, close to 2 years now, where I created a palette that would be a good companion palette to all of my other palettes. You know, when you get a palette and you're like, gosh, I just wish that this had this shade, or too bad that this doesn't have this shade, I can never seem to get the right look. So that's what this has been. And every so often, I would say 2 or 3 times a year, I pop out a few shades, leave a few in. You know, there's some staples that I want to keep, but I throw in a couple fun shades to sort of make it travelable, if you will, but it really is meant to go with other palettes in my collection. So if you do want to see that original video, I will have it linked down below. I definitely encourage this if you have a lot of single shadows like I do. Oh my gosh, sorry, this is chaos. One of my shadows busted at one point. I think you can see here, and this has just sort of become, hi Jet, this has sort of just become my way of using some of these shades, you know, because primarily this stays at home with me. If I was going to travel with it, I would probably swap these out. Okay, so I always want to have some light and dark neutrals to add some depth. I always like a couple pops for inner corner. You can see that what I've added in are a few kind of like fun flavor shades. So I have a little bit of a pink, and of course you can probably all tell if you are Divina fans, that's Nokomis, just for a little extra inner corner pop, and then some yellows. So here you can see just some, you know, tried and true shimmers and neutrals that I can always use with any other palette, but some fun shades as well. So let's go ahead and go through these. So here we have Bake Sale from Makeup Geek. I definitely wanted to put in some shades that just aren't seeing any love in my collection. Then this one here, I believe this is a Glam Shop shade. So yes, oh, this is one of the hollows. So I think that's the rose gold hollow or the nude hollow. I cannot remember. Sorry, I'm trying to do this like one-handed here. I need to invest in a better tripod for my phone. This here is probably a pretties for your face. This is, oh yeah, Fragile. Love that one. Then here we have Sunlight from Dandelions Co. This one, I think is a Glam Shop shade. This is Taffy from Glam Shop. Ooh, this one, I remember when I broke this one. This is Adorned. This is one of my favorite browns of all time, but definitely one of my favorite browns from Divina. This one right here is a beautiful shade from Terra Moons. We have Celestial Petal, very well known and loved. Again, I said that that was Nokomis from Divina. This, I believe, is a Sydney Grace. We have Toffee right here. I like having a more cool toned and a warmer toned neutral. This one is Toes in the Sand from Sydney Grace. They were nice enough to send me one when they saw that mine busted. I will probably change it out at some point because it just keeps shattering. This, I believe, is Grandstand from Makeup Geek. Is it? Yes. Oh, Grandstand. Gotta love her. Who had Grandstand? Still great. And honestly, it's still performing so well. Let me tell you, those foils from Makeup Geek were awesome. And I believe this is Chickadee, is it? Yes, Chickadee also from Makeup Geek. So this is a great way for me to get some use out of some of my older shadows to test them out, to see how the formula is, and, you know, just have those classics that I know and love. So again, this is my companion palette, so it's meant to be paired with other palettes when I feel like I'm missing a little something, something. I also can use this on its own as well. Very clearly, you could make some fun looks with this. All right, lovelies. I hope you enjoyed getting to see into all of my chaotic drawers. Again, please make this a judgment-free zone. I definitely have to do some organization, but we'll get there. We'll get there together, and I'll make sure to bring you along for the journey. Okay, so here is everything in place. For the first time ever, I put my cream bronzer stash up here along with the other Universal Yummy Skin because I don't have room in here. Like, it's too chaotic. I probably shouldn't have picked out quite so much stuff, but you know, we got to get through some of this and we got to try it out to see if we want to keep it. Now, if you do want to see the eyeshadow palettes that I picked out for the season, I will have that video linked at the end of this one and down in the description. All right, I hope you enjoyed my summer Shop My Stash. Let me know if there's any of these items that you have in your collection and you were reminded to pull them out, or let me know what your favorite thing to use in the summer is. This is a good time to be reminded of the things that you need to pull out. I might at the end of August, maybe pull out, or like mid-August, pull out a couple things and kind of rotate this a little bit. I feel like in August and, you know, in the beginning of September, usually I want a little bit of a switch up, but it's still real, real hot. So maybe I will do that. I feel like I've just got so many fun, bright things and like bronzy things and all the things that it'll be good to kind of like do a little mini rotation, if you will. Hopefully I can get through some of these things, and hopefully this will help me decide if I want to keep all of these things, right? I definitely found in my spring Shop My Stash that there were a couple items that I was ready to let go of. And that is really one of the helpful things about doing this. It makes me pull out things that I haven't seen in a while and then like have that moment of like, is this worth having? Can I let this one go at this point? All right, lovelies, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a like if you did, and I will see you really soon.